Ladies and gentlemen, this is textbook aura farming. This kid right here, we're gonna call him Jacob. Now, first of all, this looks like some sorry ass halftime show at a middle school basketball game, and this nigga team is definitely losing. But that's not the point. Jacob, you most likely had a choice in being here, cause if the teacher pulled me out from the bleachers to wear a Deku wig in the middle of the basketball court, in front of the holes? Yeah, not gonna lie, close the schools, gang. Jacob, why are you hitting this animation while walking off into nowhere? But on second thought, it looks like he faked his fall and his homeboy's just recording. But you guys get the point. The 2024 term aura farming is still standing strong to this day, so I thought why not pinpoint the exact moment in time where it changed the entire trajectory of the universe. Duke Dennis! I hate to beat on a dead horse, but trust me, this is very crucial in the aura farming timeline. It all started with this chubby sack of chimichangas. Ladies and mandem, this was the birth of Unspoken Riz. Looking back at it, this was the cringiest shit we could have ever came up with. You had your average Joes named Jaquan and Tyler go out at nighttime staring at fine shit, hoping with every fiber of their bodies that they would walk over to him and come bounce on their cock. Of course it didn't actually happen, but for the niggas that could actually do this with ease, congrats bitch. After the arrival of Unspoken Riz came the birth of Aura. This was a very significant shift in the timeline because Aura arguably isn't corny. Take my nigga Walter White for example. At the expired age of 51, this geezer ran up a drug company by manipulating a drugged out Jesse Pinkman and a couple of his low-life lackeys, and he ended up amassing over 80 million bucks. Not to mention, this nigga was actively dying to cancer. This nigga was hosting family hangouts just to get flamed in front of his wife and son about how lame his life was, just to turn it all around, make $80 million, kill his enemies, kill his homeboys, and kill himself. And this isn't even about how much he made though. It's about the way he did it. This nigga outsmarted the living embodiment of smart himself, killed him, then killed his workers too. Are you guys noticing a trend here? Why is everybody dying? Not gonna lie, with all that being said, Walter White was definitely a Hall of Fame school bomber. Cause why do all these niggas have to get killed? Anyways, one thing I'll say is I'll never forgive this old bag of bones for killing my nigga Mike, bro. Not to mention, Mike was a chocolate covered fountain of aura as well. Man, let's just have a moment of silence for bro. Another icon in this conversation of auraful people is the one and only Alien X. For some reason, my dog not getting the spotlight he deserved when it comes to the conversation of aura. Let's go ahead and change that. This cosmic being of infinite aura boost might even be cooler than Walter White.
Well, yeah, one's a human being and the other is literally a god.
Tommy, that's just not my point. My point here is that aura isn't something that is measured through raw power alone. Take season 1 Deku for example. This nigga sucks. After watching season 1 of My Hero, I came to the conclusion that Deku was on his period every single episode. This nigga wouldn't stop crying. With that being said, season 1 Deku would speed up Walter's cancer just by standing in his presence. His outstanding bitch nature would send Walter's cancer cells into an overdrive due to stress and annoyance, and the cells would just rapidly increase. Yes, I'm pretty sure it works like that. I know Deku and Walter White isn't a fair comparison since Walter has no power, but that's how aura works. It's not about the strength advantages, and it isn't always about the power boosts. It's about what you can do with your advantages and how cool you look while doing it. It's really that simple. That's why niggas in real life that look like this can walk around the street and attract bad bitches just because he exists. Bro, he's 6'8", got bread, and he takes care of himself. Why wouldn't the hoes come bounce on his cock? Anyway, back to Alien X, I kinda got distracted. If you want to use this nigga's power, you literally need to get 2 separate consciousness that are designed to argue for eternity, to agree on whatever it is you want to do before you can actually do it. This one represents love and compassion, and this one represents rage and aggression. Just to reiterate, you're telling me you need to make 2 opposite personality traits agree on something before you can even make this nigga's body move? My nigga, that should tell you everything you need to know. But whenever he did gain control, he could do things like multiplying himself by 100 on some Naruto type of timing, then creating a black hole in his opponent's body, reducing him into ashes? My nigga. Sorry, this might offend a lot of you niggas, but just so you know, Alien X absolutely destroys Goku in a fight. A cosmic reality warper is an absolute must in the aura farming timeline, no doubt about it. I think that'll do it for the aura segment. Let's move on to the final result of this timeline so far. The legendary notorious aura farming. This is honestly the main reason I made this video. We got kids like Jacob trying to look cool but miserably failing. Niggas going into college lectures trying to boost aura but miserably failing. This wouldn't even be an aura boost in the first place. It's just a nigga walking around a classroom full of people looking like this. But just imagine I'm holding a speaker. But this right here, this is aura. I can't really play the song because I'm not trying to get copyrighted, but this should do the trick. How could I talk about aura farming without mentioning the GOAT himself? Piccolo. He is the best thing to come out of this aura farming epidemic we're in. My nigga, open your eyes! The aura is too much! His whole character design is the embodiment of aura itself. That's just a mention though. Everybody already used Piccolo as an example, so I gotta up my game here. I'm going with a more specific pool here, and this time I'm going with one of my personal GOATs, Luffy. Not just Luffy as he is, cause he low-key chill with the aura farming after a time skip. But pre-time skip Luffy was him. Back when I was watching One Piece before it happened. I used to get goosebumps every few weeks when he was fighting one of the more notorious villains. I say every few weeks because that One Piece pacing is no joke. You guys already know about that, man. I'm not even gonna address it. Back when this nigga was trying to save Nami from Sharkmouth and his posse, the aura farming was absolutely sensational. I don't care what nobody say, this is top 10 hardest scenes in the show. These niggas casually walking down Arlong Park even after hearing all about how Arlong is basically Satan himself in shark form is an absolute successful form of aura. Nigga, take my aura. Take it! Back in pre-time skip, Luffy was moving like this most of the time when it came to stacking up the hardest pirate crew on Earth. Did I mention the time where Luffy punched the taste out of the mouth of a celestial dragon? Celestial dragons are basically slave owners with god complexes, in case you don't know. Just in case you can't exactly grasp it yet, this isn't like punching Trump in the face. This is like combining all the nations at war with each other right now into one human and punching the spit out that nigga mouth. There's no coming back, my nigga. They are gonna come for you, gang. Say your goodbyes. I think that should do it for the aura farming timeline right now. I'm very curious to seeing where we go from here. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, bro. And we out of here.